The air hung heavy, thick with the smell of damp earth and decaying leaves. A dense fog had settled over the Arkansas wilderness, shrouding the towering pines in an ethereal mist. Sunlight struggled to penetrate the dense canopy, casting long, eerie shadows that danced across the forest floor. The only sounds were the gentle rustling of leaves and the distant caw of a crow. This was the scene that greeted me as I ventured deeper into the heart of the Ozarks. I was drawn here by whispers of strange occurrences plaguing a small, isolated community. Stories of a creature, something large and unknown, lurking in the shadows. I've always been a man of logic and reason. My work demands it. I approach every investigation with skepticism, believing there's a rational explanation for even the most bizarre phenomena. Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Yeti, creatures of myth and folklore, relegated to campfire stories and grainy photographs. But a part of me couldn't help but be intrigued by the possibility that something extraordinary might be lurking out there in the shadows. This curiosity led me to the Ozarks, to a small town called Willow Creek, where myth and reality blur. The assignment was simple: investigate the strange occurrences, gather evidence, and determine the truth. Willow Creek was a town forgotten by time. A cluster of weathered houses and boarded-up shops nestled in a valley surrounded by dense forest. The residents were a hardy bunch, their faces etched with the harsh realities of life on the edge of civilization. They were wary of outsiders, their eyes filled with a mixture of suspicion and fear. I met with the town sheriff, a grizzled old man named Jebediah, who had called me in as a last resort. He told me stories of strange noises in the night, of livestock disappearing without a trace, of massive footprints found near the tree line. He spoke of a creature, a shadow in the woods, that had haunted the town for generations. Other townsfolk were hesitant to speak, their voices hushed as they shared their encounters. Their accounts, while fragmented and often contradictory, painted a chilling picture of a creature that defied explanation. Despite the fear in their voices, a part of me remained skeptical. These were stories, folklore passed down through generations, embellished with each retelling. I needed evidence, something tangible, something that couldn't be explained away by overactive imaginations or the power of suggestion. I spent the next few days interviewing witnesses, scouring the woods for any sign of the creature. I found footprints, massive indentations in the soft earth, but they were too indistinct to provide conclusive evidence. I found broken branches and disturbed undergrowth, signs of something large moving through the forest. But these could have been caused by any number of animals. The more I investigated, the more elusive the truth seemed to become. I was beginning to wonder if I had made a mistake, if this entire expedition was a fool's errand. With each passing day, the forest seemed to close in around me, its silence both oppressive and unnerving. I had set up camp near a creek, a small clearing surrounded by towering pines. The air was thick with the smell of pine needles and damp earth, the only sounds the gentle babbling of the creek and the distant hooting of an owl. Nightfall brought with it a new wave of unease. The shadows seemed to lengthen, taking on strange and unsettling shapes. The forest came alive with the sounds of nocturnal creatures, their calls echoing through the trees like mournful cries. I sat by the fire, listening to the crackling flames, my senses on high alert. I was alone in the wilderness, miles from civilization, surrounded by nothing but the unknown. The night was still young when I heard it, a low growl, guttural and primal, echoing through the trees. It was unlike anything I had ever heard before. My heart pounded in my chest as I strained to listen, every fiber of my being on high alert. The growl came again, closer this time, followed by the sound of heavy footsteps crashing through the undergrowth. I grabbed my flashlight and camera, my mind racing. I shone the beam into the darkness, but the light was swallowed by the dense foliage. Then I saw them. Two glowing eyes, like burning embers, staring at me from the darkness. The creature let out another growl, a deep, guttural sound that seemed to shake the very ground beneath my feet. Time seemed to stand still. The creature and I, locked in a silent standoff, our gazes never wavering. In that moment, I felt a surge of adrenaline, a primal instinct that told me to run, to get as far away from this creature as possible. But something held me rooted to the spot. Perhaps it was the realization that I was witnessing something truly extraordinary, something that defied explanation. Or maybe it was the sudden understanding that this creature, this apex predator, posed no threat to me. It was simply curious, observing me with the same detached fascination that I had observed countless other creatures in the wild. To my surprise, the creature seemed to understand and took a step back, melting into the shadows as silently as it had appeared. The next morning, I broke camp and made my way back to Willow Creek. I had no photographic evidence, no tangible proof of my encounter, but I carried with me something far more powerful, the weight of experience, the undeniable knowledge that I had come face to face with something truly extraordinary. I met with Sheriff Jebediah and the townsfolk, sharing my story, my voice trembling with a mixture of awe and disbelief. They listened intently, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and fascination. I couldn't offer them proof, but I could offer them validation, the reassurance that they were not alone in their experiences. My report was met with a mixture of skepticism and relief. Some dismissed it as a hallucination, a trick of the light. Others, however, listened with a knowing nod, their eyes betraying a lifetime of similar encounters. The Willow Creek Bigfoot incident, as it came to be known, remains one of the most profound and unsettling experiences of my life. It challenged my beliefs, pushed me to the very limits of my understanding. It was a stark reminder that there are still mysteries in this world, things that defy explanation, creatures that lurk in the shadows, just beyond the reach of our understanding. Did I see Bigfoot that night in the Ozarks? I can't say for sure. What I can say is that I encountered something real, something that left an indelible mark on my soul. And so the mystery of the Willow Creek Bigfoot endures, a testament to the enduring power of the unknown, a reminder that some secrets are meant to remain hidden.
Thank you for watching. If you like our content, please consider hitting that like button and subscribe to our channel. Also, share this video with your friends. Join us for more engaging stories about Jake and his haunting experiences with Nightwatch.